Hey guys, Jay here from the Blaenau Gwent Film Academy, coming at you with another one of my top acting tips. Today we're talking all about acting using our hands. So, you may have noticed I'm quite a handsy actor, okay? Most of what I say comes out of my hands instead of my mouth. And that's because that's what sort of actor I have found myself to be, okay? There are lots of different types of acting that are individual to you. Some people like acting just by using their voice and their really expressive facial expressions. Some like to move around a lot and use all of their space in the stage and the camera. And others, like me, like to just say things using our hands, okay? And why is that? Well, I'm going to give you some sort of tips and things I find helpful when I'm acting, and maybe you can sort of take them on to your acting if you want to. And I'm just going to give you a few different symbols and things I do with my hands when I'm acting, just to give you a taste of what it can do, okay? So why do I like acting using my hands a lot? Well, I think they really sort of give universal symbols to everyone to sort of understand what I'm trying to say. So do you see I did a big circular movement then when I said universal? So what does universal mean? Universal to me sort of means everyone. It sort of means I'm trying to include everyone, no matter what language, no matter where you're from, you can sort of understand the message I'm trying to say. And that, I think, is a very big, caring motion. It's like a big hug, but it's also like symbolizing the world, the globe, okay? So that's what I'm sort of trying to imply by doing this movement, okay? And I'm also using open hands. Why is that important? Well, because when we use open hands, that sort of means we're slightly vulnerable to things, where we're not sort of closed off like this. We're sort of willing to accept different things and to be vulnerable and to be open to things. So if I'm trying to tell you something, I will tell it like this. You'll see people in movies doing it, like, listen to me, I have this thing I need to tell you, or, you know, please believe me, okay? This is like an open hand, okay? And it's sort of under, it's like you're literally giving a gift, okay? And that's quite caring, and that's quite vulnerable. Now, this is slightly different to this. If I'm trying to get the message across, I'm trying to tell you, I'm still trying to help you, and I've still got that air of vulnerability because I'm showing my palms to you, but it's a lot more directed at you. It's a lot more urgent. Now, that could also be seen as aggressive, but not as aggressive as this, okay? This is a lot more pointed, literally pointed, and it's a lot more direct and aggressive, and it's going directly to you, okay? It's not open, it's not like inclusive of everyone anymore, it's direct to you, okay? So if I said something like, I'm trying to tell you something. If I say it like this, I'm trying to tell you something, I say it exactly the same, I'm trying to tell you something, can you sense the difference in those two different lines, okay? And now I try to say them exactly the same as possible, just changing my body language, okay? And that's how big it can affect how you're acting, okay? Now, what's another type of body language we can use? So you saw I did this sort of like circular motion there. That's because I was trying to think of something, okay? Now this doesn't say thinking. If I just saw someone's hand waving like that, I'd be like, why are you waving your hand? It's fine, but why are you waving it? But in the context of what I'm doing, I'm like, it's trying to think of something, okay? It's like I'm trying to conjure up the thoughts, trying to coax them out of my head. It's like I'm trying to sort of waft them up to my face from my head to be like, ah yes, I remember. And you see that, ah yes. Again, like cartoons, they go, ha, when they've got an idea, okay? And we could do that in a lot more subtle ways. So if I'm like, oh, what's the thing I've forgotten? Ah, got it, okay? Now that says to everyone what's happening, even though I'm just like, I've got it. That's a lot less interesting, I think, okay? So even if I wasn't saying anything, okay, you could sort of tell a little bit what was going on, even though I wasn't saying anything. I was trying to remember something, and then I got it, okay? And it's as simple as that, okay? There are many different types of body language that we can use to sort of portray things. Again, with the emotion videos, which you may have seen on this channel, with anger like this, or happiness like this, okay? There are lots of different things we can tell from body language. But these are just a couple of little symbols that I use when acting to sort of portray what emotion I'm trying to show. Okay? So why don't you have a go at home, have a look at any movies or any TV shows you're watching, and see if you can see anyone acting with their hands. And maybe in real life, if you're watching people having a conversation and you see them doing something, be like, they're doing something with their hands. What does that mean? And try and figure it out. Try and do it, okay? And try and see what sort of acting style suits you. So remember, stay acting, stay active, and have fun.